The Braves pitchers had thrown 3 consecutive shutouts. New York trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Brian Cashman there to check out what was going wrong. Top third, 2 outs. Kenshin Kawakami, who retired 8 in a row, but Jabba Chamberlain lines one off his neck. You know, Escobar with a nice play to get Chamberlain at first. And Chamberlain concerned about the damage he may have done. Kawakami goes right down and relieved the game with what was reported to be a neck contusion. Top 6. Brett Gardner at first after a walk. Francisco Cervelli at the plate. Gardner picked off by Chris Medlin. Here comes Joe Girardi. We take another look. Gardner, close play, looked like he got back. Girardi out to argue, tossed by first base umpire Bill Welke. Now watch Welke's lips as he talks to Girardi. It appears that he asked him if he wanted him to throw him out. We got to bring in baseball tonight.
Here with Eduardo Perez, and now everybody is kind of focused on the lips of Bill Welke, the umpire, talking to Joe Girardi. Did he ask, and we'll show you in just a second, did he ask, do you want to be thrown out, Joe? And did Joe say, yeah, and he run him? Eduardo was a manager in the winter leagues down in Puerto Rico this past offseason. Have you ever asked an umpire to throw you out?
Believe it.
You have.
You have to. And there's certain situations where you go up, you leave the dugout, and as soon as you leave the dugout, you know you're going to get kicked out. But you have to rile up the team, the fans. You got to get them all motivated. You let the umpire know, don't throw me out just yet. Give me some time. I got to do a little body language. Once I do the body language, you give them the okay. Okay, it's time to throw me out. He throws him out.
And again, we're not lip reading. It appeared as if he asked Joe Girardi if he wanted to be thrown out. They may have a different interpretation of that, and they may be right because they were there, but it certainly looked that way. Now, did it fire up the Yankees?
Funny you should mention that, Carl. Now, Cervelli's still at the plate when we pick it up off Chris Medlin. And that's a solo home run. He ties the game at 1. First major league home run for Cervelli. And later he's hanging out with A-Rod in the dugout. He's like, hey, man, how many you got? I got 1. Actually, telling A-Rod about Medlin and what he was doing. But A-Rod doesn't get to face Medlin. He faces Jeff Bennett, and A-Rod delivering in a clutch situation. Yankee fans happy to see that. He drives in 2. It's 3-1 Yankees. Bottom 8, Braves down 6-4, 2 on and 2 out. Mariano Rivera facing Kelly Johnson. Got him. Tying runs are stranded, and there are Yankee fans everywhere, even in Atlanta. Top 9, Rivera at the plate now with the bases loaded, and the scoreboard shows his average, and as you can see, it's not good. He flies out. Yankees dugout enjoying it. They win 8-4. Let's check in with their skipper on the ejection.
Largest crowd in Nationals Park history, 13 more than they had the day before. And this is the play everybody was talking about when it was all over. You know, the league is testing those maple bats. And Nick Green, I mean, he's lucky he didn't get impaled by that thing. Elijah Dukes wound it up on second. Top 4. Nationals were up 1 till David Ortiz goes 3-run job. 7th of the season. First home run on the road. Just his second 3 RBI game of the season. And puts him over the 1,000 RBI career mark. Jason Varitek, he joins the party. 2-run homer to right. This all off Craig Stammen. Red Sox up 6-1. And then Jonathan Papelbon, bottom 9, 2 out. You know what team he plays for, Stan?
Team shut it down.
Shut it down. You got it. Christian Guzman, grounder back to Papelbon. And the Red Sox win it 6-4 is your final. Well, David Ortiz and Alex Rodriguez, 2 household names who've struggled at the plate this season. Ortiz averaged dipping below 200 multiple times. Rodriguez got his batting average up to 260 at the end of May, but he's down to 210 after going just 10 for 66 in June thus far.
From the Red Sox to the White Sox, Dodgers looking for their 4th straight win in Chicago to take on the Southsiders. Randy Wolf on the mound for the Dodgers. Jermaine Dicey, yeah, and what's your point? 2-run shot for him, his 16th of the year. That ties the game at 3. So we go bottom 4. Same score, 1 out and 1 on. Josh Fields, he had made just 1 start since June 8th. But Isaac Guillen made the right call here. His 4th of the season, 5-3 White Sox. That took Wolf out of the game. Bottom 5, Paul Konerko, his 11th. And the White Sox up 6-3, but wait, there's more. Later in the 5th, 9-3 Sox. It Fields again. His 2nd of the game. The White Sox hit 6 home runs in all. Isaac Guillen's been waiting for that kind of offense. Joe Torre didn't think too much of it.
Off win Tuesday against the Cubs, so they're going to try and go at it again Wednesday. This kid's fun to watch. Rick Porcello looking for his 8th win in 10 starts. Jake Fox grounded to 3rd. Brandon Inge steps on the base, throws to 2nd. Placido Polanco relays. Tried to get the triple play. Missed it by that much. Derek Lee, 20-game hit streak, hitting .370 during it, and Porcello walks him on 4 pitches. Porcello with 4 walks in this game and 3 strikeouts. Micah Hoffpower, the next batter, one of those. Porcello goes 5 innings, 2 earned, no decision. All right, we're tied at 2, bases loaded, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Aaron Heilman against cousin Adam Everett. He grounds to third. Fox the stop, stumbles a bit, throw late, 1-run scores. Tigers take the lead. They're up 5-3, 2 on, 2 out. Fernando Rodney, caffeinated, gets Kosuke Fukudome. Tigers win 5-3.
Giants and A's. Randy Johnson on the mound for San Francisco. Bottom first. Johnson in trouble. A's up 1-0. Runners in second and third. But he gets Jason Giambi. That's 2 away. Next batter is Orlando Cabrera. Randy Johnson not worried about it. Jam, 7 innings of work. 1 earned run on 6 hits. Top second. Giants down 1-0. Went on for Nate Schierholtz of Gio Gonzalez. Like a boss. Second of the season. And the Giants take a 2-1 lead. Top 4, Giants up 3-1. Matt Downs right back to Gonzalez. Throws a second, but it's not the throw he intended, so everybody's safe. 2 on, nobody out. After an Aaron Rowan walk, Andres Torres.
Coming in as Putz. Can't get there.
Schierholtz scores on the play. The Giants take a 4-1 lead, and they go on to win at 6-3. The Giants take 5 of 6 from the A's in the Babe Ridge series, and they ruin Oakland's celebration of that 1989.
All right, how about Rangers Diamondbacks? Texas has lost 5 straight. Dan Herron, he's 8-0 in June since 07. Doesn't get a lot of run support. Diamondbacks don't score a lot of runs. Taylor Teagarden doubles. Marlon Byrd scores 1-0. That was in the second. Top 3, Ian Kinsler stole second. David Murphy going to score him after that steal. Herron, 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, 2 earned. That might be 1 too many. It's 2-1, runner at third, 2 outs, and Vicente Padilla gets Eric Burns to ground out to second. Padilla goes 7 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 earned, and then C.J. Wilson, A, B, C. Chris Young knows what that means. Rangers win 2-1.
Reds and Blue Jays. Now, last year, the Jays hit Bronson Arroyo for 3 homers and 10 earned runs in just over an inning of work. Arroyo got another crack at them Wednesday with the Reds, or the Jays got another crack at him. Here's a flashback. Arroyo wants no part of seeing this. Again, 10 earned runs in 1 inning. Blue Jays went on to win it 14-1. Wednesday would not be much better. Aaron Hill with a 2-run shot. What's Arroyo mean in Spanish?
Get a haircut.
Hill, 16th home run of the season. Vernon Wells with his 7th off Arroyo. Reds continue to slide. It's 3-0. And then Adam Lynn, 15th home run for Lynn. 3 2/3, 6 earned runs, 3 home runs given up by Arroyo this time. Jays going to win at 8-2.
All right, Astros 0-4 at home in interleague play this season. Royals looking to make that 0-5. This is one of those games where you go, man, did you see the Royals-Astros? So if I'm saying you're going to be talking about it, you know it must have been something. Top 9, 1 on, 1 out. Jose Valverde against Mike Jacobs. Jason Michaels, did he make the catch? Astros throw back. They complete the double play, and the Astros think they've won the game. Game over. Game over. Right on. How old are we? We're old enough to party. But wait, no, the umpires say, let's take a look at that. Ball hits the wall before Michaels makes the catch. No catch. So now you got runners at first and third.
You got to play it off.
And the next batter is David DeJesus, and you know that he's not going to end it. He singles. Run scores, game tied. All right, 10th inning. First pitch of the at-bat. Pudge Rodriguez has some words for Brayan Pena, who took the pitch, and 2 pitches later, Pena has some words for anybody who wants to listen. Home run. Royals up 3-2, and then Pudge has got problems with the Royals dugout, and home plate Rob Drake holding him back, and Trey Hillman saying, hey, we're cool, we're groovy. Bottom 10, 1-0-1 out. Single to right field. Pudge trying to score the tying run, and he beats the tag at the plate, ties it at 3. Does he look over? No. If he did, we didn't show it. Top 11, Miguel Olivo leading off. Deep left center. Gandhi. Royals going to win it 4-3.
On these, we already know they're spectacular. It's SportsCenter's top plays. Number 10, Yankees and Braves. Chipper Jones in the hole. Mark Teixeira lays out. You know, it's not just about the bat.
For that kind of money, it better not be.
Yankees paid to get the glove, too.
Number 9, it's about the bounce. Carlos Gomez off Braden Looper and Prince Fielder. Good thing I've got fast reflexes. Looper would stay in the game.
Number 8 College World Series, LSU in Texas. Austin Nola at the plate. Smokes one back to Brandon Workman, who did work, man. Gets the glove on it and flips it over to first in time.
United States beat Spain in the Confederations Cup, which is a huge, huge upset. David Goliath, the whole deal. Tim Howard was spectacular. 8 saves and shuts out Spain. They're like the Lakers. They're like the Steelers. I mean, they're good.
They're like the Yankees, who are taking on the Braves. Nick Swisher flies one. Nate McLeod runs it down. And the Yankees going to win at 8-4, so maybe they're not like Spain.
Yeah, actually, the Yankees think they're like Spain, but they're really not.
Wow.
Royals, Astros. Hey, man, check the history book right now. Mitch Meyer hits the ball off the hill in center field. Michael Bourne to Kaz Matsui, who goes home to Pudge. Tag on Meyer. Woo-hoo.
Number 4, Phillies and Rays. Jimmy Rollins fouls one off, but Carl Crawford says, you know what, I work foul territory as well. And he even manages to avoid the bullpen mound, which can be tricky.
At 3, Cubs, Tigers. Don Kelly thinks he's got something. Micah Hoffpower says you got something. Yeah, you got an out, bro. Dives to his left, flips to Rich Harden, takes a hit away from Kelly. Tigers go on to win it. 5-3, your final.
Number 2, Colombian League soccer. We had our eyes on all the soccer on Wednesday. Nandier Romero steps up with a huge kick from way out, just over the head of the goalkeeper. And as Neil accurately predicted, Once Caldas wins 2-1 in the Colombian League playoffs.
Always take Once Caldas, and always take one when it's LSU, Stan.
Derek Heleny, give me some glove. In time, Tigers win. National champions for the first time since 2000, when the news director in New Orleans wouldn't let me go and cover them. But I saw it this time.
You know what that Gatorade jug was full of?
The Orioles in town. Ricky Nolasco. He got Luke Scott. Nolasco, 7 innings of work, no earned runs. He struck out 7. Bottom of the 7th. 2 outs. Emilio Bonifacio on first base. Now he's on second base. Matt Wieters throws the ball in the center field. Now he's on third base and headed home. Felix PA hesitates, and what happens if people hesitate?
Well, usually they're lost, or in this case, out.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, they hesitate and they let base runners score.
Yeah.
Bonifacio beats the throw to the plate. Marlins win 5-2. Hey, they're over 500 for the first time since May 12th.
Pepitone's former team, the Yankees. A-Rod, since June 8th, he's batting $156 against fastballs. So Derek Lowe goes right after him with the fastball. And A-Rod, express yourself. His 10th on the season, and that ties him for 11th with Reggie Jackson on the all-time list at 563. Rafael Palmeiro next, 10th on that list. Yankees up 2-0. It's 2-1 now, and Lowe goes fastball again, and Rodriguez makes contact again. Derek Jeter went 4 for 5 scores. Yankees up 3-1. Bases loaded. Yankees 8-6. It's Peter Moylan pitching to Rodriguez. He read the book. He went fastball. A-Rod's locked in. Jeter and Johnny Damon score. Alex Rodriguez goes 3 for 5 with 4 RBI. Yankees up 10-6. Bottom 9, 2 on, 2 out. Mariano Rivera, shut it. He gets the save. It's career save 499. The Yankees win 11-7. Derek Lowe allows 8 runs. That's 1 shy of his career high.
I'm going to take on the White Sox. These two took their sweet time to decide their game this afternoon. Chad Billingsley trying to become the NL's first 10-game winner. Dodgers gave him a 4-0 lead, but A.J. Brzezinski changed all that. 3-run shot on a 3-2 pitch. White Sox take a 5-4 lead at the bottom of the 6th. Now in extra innings, game tied at 5, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Bobby Jenks hits James Loney, broke his bat, and grounded out. So Jenks out of a jam. And runners on first and second there. Top 12, 2 out, Octavio Dotelgich, Matt Kemp. White Sox bullpen, 8 2/3, didn't give up a run and struck out 11. And they played on. Bottom 13, nobody out, Paul Konerko. Leading off, whoop. Matt Kemp got a late start on it, and the ball drops in for a single. Later in the inning, bases loaded, 1 out. Dwayne Wise pops up. Kemp did get this one. Pinch runner Gordon Beckham has to hold up at third. Not deep enough. Next batter is Scott Podsednik. He had only 1 hit in his last 16 at-bats. Kemp will lay out for this one, but he doesn't get it. Here comes Beckham. White Sox pull it out 6-5 in 13 innings. Podsednik has the only other walk-off hit for a win this season for the White Sox. He said after the game, that stuff never gets old. Personal key, 2-game losing streak. Cardinals with runners on first and second and 2 outs. He walks Skip Schumacher on 5 pitches. That loads the bases for Albert Pujols.
Oh, that's never good.
5 for 5, 3 home runs, 16 RBI with the bases loaded this season. Kind of got jammed on that one. And Santana gets him 7 innings of work, 1 earned run, 3 Ks for the Mets ace. He went to the clubhouse after the first inning to check out his mechanics, and he said that really helped him. Chris Carpenter cruising until the 4th. Nick Evans touching him up for a 2-run double. Ryan Church and Fernando Tatis scored. Carpenter 7 innings of work, 3 earned runs, 5 Ks. So it came down to the bullpen, as it often does. Francisco Rodriguez in for the save. 2 on, 2 outs, facing Yadier Molina in the top of the 9th. Molina rips one, but Jeremy Reed is there. And the Mets hold on to win it 3-2. 20th save and 22 chances for K-Rod. Blue Jays, Toronto looking for the sweep at home. You know who that is, Neil?
Who's that?
It's Joey Votto. You know where he's from?
I don't know.
Suburban Toronto.
Oh, all right.
He's at home delivering in front of his people. Willie Tavera scores. Votto ends up on second with a double, 1-0 Reds. Bottom of the 5th, bases loaded. Johnny Cueto pitching, 2 outs. Vernon Wells not ready for the inning to end. Lyle Overbay and Russ Adams score. Blue Jays down 5-3 though. Next batter is Scott Rowland. And Rowland. So let's keep it going. Aaron Hill and Wells come around to score. Cueto 6 innings of work, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, and he struck out 4. Top 7, game tied at 5. You know how many times Votto batted cleanup this season?
Tell me.
Once in this game. That's his first home run since May 26th, 9th of the season. Reds going to win at 7-5 to avoid the sweep.
I like to say his chi is centered.
Yeah, there you go. What he said. Indians and Pirates, Cliff Lee on the mound. Bottom 7, bases loaded for the Pirates. Lee walks Andrew McCutchen, and Andy LaRoe scores. McCutchen said every time he came up, it seemed to be in a key situation. John Grabo strikes out Ryan Gartner in a key situation there, and here comes McCutchen again. Bottom 9, score still tied at 2. He touches up Matt Herges. That scores Jack Wilson, and it is time to bounce in Pittsburgh. McCutchen, 18 RBI. Series on Thursday. Denard Span came back from the DL, leads the majors, hitting .686 slugging percentage against non-fastballs, and Mike Burns throws him a changeup. He obviously didn't know that fact. And Span can run. He's in for a 1-out triple. He would later score on a sacrifice fly to make it 3-0 Twins. He had been out with an inner ear infection. Bottom 6, Brewers down 4-0, 1 on. Scott Baker facing Casey McGee. McGee, like a boss, his 3rd of the season. Brewers down 4-2. Later in the inning, Prince Fielder says, I'll have some of that. Number 18 on the season for Fielder. And the Brewers down 4-3. Top 7, Twins up 5-3, 1 on. Joe Mauer. Well, how good is Joe Mauer? Over the wall, Brendan Harris coming in from second, and the Twins going to win at 6-4. They take 5 out of 6 from the Brewers this season. The Brewers 5-10 in interleague play, and pitching has been a problem for them. Anybody thirsty?
No score, Jake Fox. I know you know. That ball is gonzo off Armando Galarraga. Fox's first career home run, and the Cubs are up 3-0 early. Now, Magglio Ordonez got rid of the hair, and he'd been on the bench because he'd just been slumping something awful. So he cut his hair, and then he did that. Almost cut my hair. Happened just the other day. 2-run homer off Ted Lilly, just his 3rd of the year, first since April 27th. Tigers on top 5-4. Boom, boom, Micah Hoff power right there. Solo shot off Fernando Rodney, his 7th, and the Cubs are within 1. 2 outs, runners on second, same inning, Giovanni Soto. But we don't accept checks. Tigers hold on to win 6-5, and they complete the sweep of the Cubs.
You to try to come up with a name for Shaq in Cleveland. We'll do SportsCenter's top plays. Number 10, Royals and Astros, Michael Bourne from Atlanta. Willie Bloomquist. There's your boy, Way Out Willie. Matter of fact, he's way up Willie right there. Astros win the game, though, 5-4.
She's a beauty, that number 9. Padres, Mariners. David Eckstein hopes this ball stays foul. It does. He wasn't hoping that Ichiro would get up and under it. Ichiro also led off the bottom of the first with a home run. More from this game momentarily, though.
Number 8, the PGA's Travelers Championship. James Driscoll, the chip from the par 4 10th. That never happens for me. Driscoll finished with a 268.
Dodgers, White Sox. White Sox would win in 13. Casey Blake, Jeff Daniels lookalike, bare hands it, the throw, and the out. But again, the White Sox win in 13.
And number 6, Cardinals and Matt Yadier Molina at the plate. It's not about him. It's about Fernando Martinez getting down and dirty. That defense helped out. The Mets won a one-run game, 3-2.
At 5, kick it. Julio Cesar. Look at that. Hit another player. The ball deflected, and Cesar makes a good move there for Brazil.
Number 4, Padres and Mariners. Tony Gwynn Jr. up the middle. Great play by Ronnie Cedeno. I wonder if he's related to Cesar Cedeno.
Well, all the Cedeños are related.
Okay, because I know the Gwynns are related right there. Mariners winning 9-3.
And all the Molinas are related. Red Sox Nationals, Ryan Zimmerman. 1, Ryan Zimmerman. 2, Ryan Zimmerman. 3 top plays at number 3.
Number 2, Orioles and Marlins. Melvin Mora popping it up. Look at Cody Ross. He can only get the heel of his glove on it, but squeeze it. He made the grab. Marlins win it 11-3.
Number 1, we go back to the Confederations Cup. This cat's name is Donny Alves. He came into the game about 5-6 minutes ago. Was he warm? Yeah. Unfortunately for South Africa, he was warm because that goal will hold up. And Brazil wins and will face Team USA Sunday.
Wow. Because he knows ain't no party like a Brazil soccer party.
Hey, let's check out Rangers and Diamondbacks. There's Thunder Dan. You know what? He's texting Steve Kerr right there saying, hey, I can still shoot it. And Mark Reynolds, he's hitting it off Scott Feldman. Andrew Jones wishes his arm was longer. And if some is good, more is better. It's Reynolds off Frank Francisco, one of Bucci's favorite players. Second homer of the night. This game tied at 6. We go 10th inning. Mark Reynolds, fan wearing the rally cap. Reynolds at the plate. One shot ain't enough, Jack. You better make it 3. Oh, I'm sorry. You've been overserved. That ball is foul. We go top 12, still tied at 6. Chris Davis, it's either feast or famine. Feast on that. He homers. David Murphy would homer after, and David Murphy's homer would prove to be the game winner because it was 9-6. And then, here comes Murphy's homer. Because Arizona would come back in the bottom of the 12th and add 2 more. 9-8 your final in a wild game in Arizona. The Rangers hold on and beat the Diamondbacks.